Ji to Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The title for today's online lecture is BJT transistor modeling. And along with this, we will be covering a few more other articles. However, we will start with the transistor model. And in this one or two slides, we will learn how to develop a model, a, especially a mathematical model, which will represent the BJT transistor. Now, our BJT transistor, as shown in figure 5.8, it has three terminals: the base terminal, the collector terminal, and the emitter terminal. From the base to emitter, there flows the base current, and then from the collector to the emitter, there flows the collector current, and from the emitter to the ground, there flows the emitter current. And the emitter current is the collective sum of the base current and the collector current. So we have the base current flowing from the base emitter, we have the collector current flowing from the collector emitter, and we have the sum of the base current and the collector current flowing from the emitter to the base, flowing from the emitter to the ground terminal. Now, to develop the model from base emitter, we must recognize that the base emitter are in fact a PN junction, and the PN junction can be represented by a diode. Therefore, in figure 5.10, we see a diode between the base and the emitter, and here it is written VBE. This VBE means the voltage across the base and the emitter. The base emitter have been replaced by an imaginary diode because the base emitter are in fact a PN junction. So although this is an incomplete model, and we will add more components to the model, and we will do this step by step. And in the first step, we will consider the base and emitter. The base emitter, because it is inside the transistor, the base emitter is a PN junction. Therefore, the base emitter have been replaced by an imaginary diode, such that the anode terminal of the diode is connected to the base terminal, and the cathode terminal is connected to the emitter terminal. And then in figure 5.9, we see two graphs. These two graphs have voltage base emitter on the x-axis, voltage base emitter on the x-axis, and the emitter current on the y-axis. Now, why are we considering the emitter current? Because through the emitter and through the base and the emitter, there flows the IE current, and IE current is a function of the base current. Now, the first diagram, that is diagram number A, shows various graphs as for various values of voltage collector base. So here we see a number of graphs for various values of collector base voltage. And then in figure part number B, if we take the average of voltage collector base, we get one graph, and this single graph represents the average value of VCB, the average value of voltage collector. The figure 5.9 part number A represents the input model of the BJT transistor. So up till now, we have recognized or we have developed the input model of the BJT transistor. In the next slide, we will develop a further advanced version of the BJT transistor. Let us look at figure 5.11. The figure 5.11 shows a graph between voltage collector emitter and the collector current. The voltage collector emitter resides on the x-axis, whereas the collector current resides on the y-axis. And the graphs that we see, we see a number of graphs which represent or which correspond to different values of base current. So we see the first graphical values which correspond when IB1, when base current 1 flows from the emitter, from the base emitter. Then we see another graph which corresponds to IB2. IB2 is a base current larger than IB1. And then we see IB3, IB4, IB5, IB6. And these values of base current produce different values of collector current. And the relationship between the base current is such that IB1 is smaller than IB2, is smaller than IB3 up till IB6. So IB1 is the minimum base current. It produces the minimum collector current. And IB6 is the maximum base current. It produces the maximum collector current. Now, the equivalent model of figure 5.12 can be difficult to work with. Now, let us look at figure 5.12. The figure 5.12 represents the collector terminal, the emitter terminal, and the base terminal. Between the base and the emitter, we see the imaginary diode, and then between the collector and base, between the base emitter, we see the imaginary diode, and between the collector and the base, we see a current source. This diamond-shaped source represents a dependent source. Remember that we have two sources. In electrical engineering, we have two sources. One is the independent source, which is represented by a circle. And then we have a dependent source, which is represented by a diamond-shaped symbol. This diamond-shaped symbol in the BJT equivalent circuit found in figure 5.12 represents the current which is flowing from the collector. And we must not forget that the collector current, I will write again over here, the collector current is equal to beta times IB. The collector current is a function of the base current. Therefore, this current source is dependent on the value of base current. Therefore, it is written that the value of the current source is beta times IB, because this current source is not independent, it is dependent, and it depends on the gain of the transistor, which is called the beta value, and secondly, it is dependent on the base current, IB. This IB flows from the base into the emitter, and we can see IB just near to the base terminal over here. This is IB. This is IB. And the collector current over here, found over here, is equal to base current multiplied by beta. However, figure 5.12 is a rather difficult to understand model for the BJT because of the direct connection between input and output networks. Hence, we can change or we can amend the circuit by replacing the diode by its equivalent resistance and the collector output linked to the input current by beta as shown in figure 5.13. So the complete and improved BJT equivalent circuit is shown in figure 5.14, where the diode has been replaced by a resistance. This resistance has a value of beta times Re, and also we can introduce a diode over here between the base emitter. And secondly, from the output, for the output circuit, we have introduced the current source directly between collector and emitter. So figure 5.14 shows the complete BJT transistor model with the mathematical models between base emitter and collector emitter. The mathematical model which represents base emitter is equal to beta into Re. With the addition, we can also introduce the diode over here, and this diode will be ideal and it will be used to direct or to indicate the direction of current. And then secondly, the mathematical model between collector emitter is represented by beta times IB. It is a current source which has a value of IC equal to beta multiplied by IB. Now let us look at the value of input resistance between base emitter. The input resistance, let us determine how there is beta times Re between base and emitter. Why do we see base emitter terminal being represented by beta times Re? Beta times Re, for your information, is the resistance between the base emitter, or it is the resistance of the diode, of the imaginary diode. Now, let us start that the input impedance is represented by input voltage divided by input current. Input voltage is VBE. Input voltage is voltage base emitter divided by input current. Input current is IB. Now, VBE, solving for VBE, we get VBE is equal to IERE. Where does this equation come from? Where does this equation that VBE is equal to IERE, where does this equation come from? Let us go into the circuit and see. So where does this equation come from? That VBE is equal to IERE. For this, let us look at the figure number 5.12. VBE, voltage between base emitter, is equal to current flowing through the diode into the resistance of the diode. The resistance of the diode is represented by Re. Re represents the diode resistance, and IE represents the total current flowing through the diode. The total current flowing through the diode is equal to the sum of collector current and the base current. Therefore, VBE is equal to IERE, which can further be written as IE. We can replace IE by IC plus IB, because emitter current is the sum of collector current and the base current, again being multiplied by Re. And we can replace IC with How can we replace IC? With beta times IB. And in this equation, if we take IB as common, we will be left with VBE equal to beta plus 1 multiplied by IB multiplied by RE. So this is the voltage base emitter. Now this equation, the voltage base emitter equation can be inserted back to the input impedance VBE, and we are left with input impedance is equal to VBE divided by IB, and we have just found that VBE is equal to beta plus 1 into IB into RE. IB will cancel IB, and we are left with input impedance is equal to beta plus 1 into RE. Beta plus 1 into RE. Now, normally beta is much larger than 1. For example, it can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 200. So if we take beta equal to 50 or 100, then the plus 1 component becomes very insignificant. We can ignore plus 1 component. Thus, the input impedance is equal to beta into RE. And this is why we have replaced the resistance over here and we have called it beta RE. And why is the current source equal to beta IB? It is due to the reason that collector current is a function of the base current, and the collector current is equal to beta times IB. So figure 5.14 is the complete BJT transistor model. And what is the benefit of transistor model? That since we have developed a mathematical model, we can find the various values of voltages and current using this mathematical model. So this was the BJT transistor model.